welcome back subscribers, and hello YouTube viewers. Dobar dan, dobar došli. And we are at the Buzet railway station. Now this is right up in the hills, nearly on the crest of a hill. You'll see it when I get the drone up. But we're fortunate enough to have a couple of railway trains here parked up. Not sure why they're here, but they are nonetheless. Now this is a very small station and really does look quite good. There is a lot of olive trees in the area, and it is quite surreal to be here for some reason. It just seems sort of out of place, but this track will take you to, I believe, Zagreb one way and to Rijeka the other way. So I'll spin the camera around and I'll show you around. This is actually probably one of the better rural railway stations in the Istria county of Croatia. So here is the actual station itself. There's the signage indicating what the station is. It's fantastic. Not sure where you buy the ticket. I'm going to assume that you probably buy the ticket on board. And here's some sort of, I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe to change the tracks. There's quite a number of tracks here, or lines. And I do believe a lot of freight does go along this track. Or this line, I should say. Once again, there's a billboard telling you all the times that trains come past. There is a toilet over there, but more importantly, just check out the train and the location. It's just fantastic. It's right near the top of the hill. Just wonderful. And then you've got some other railway infrastructure down there and locomotives. We'll have a look at them as well, but we'll have a look at the station first. There's a police logo just above that doorway, which is just fantastic. Just wonderful. So that might be where a police car is or something, or their reserved area for some reason. But this is the building. Now I'm hoping all these antennas and whatnot doesn't affect the drone. The wind is quite light. The skies are blue. The grass is green. It is November and mid-November, and it's quite a pleasant day. Definitely t-shirts and jeans day. Yeah, there is a door open. I'm assuming that's where the station master does his thing, or it's an apartment upstairs that might be rented out. Now I have been told that some of the stations do rent out their apartments above where the station master once resided back in the day. It was quite a privileged position, and you're given accommodation back in the day. Maybe not to everyone's liking, so I guess that now these days they rent them out. So there is a wall here. As I was driving up, there was a very, very old building. Now I don't know if it's associated with the railway station, but we'll just have a quick look at that. And it's just this one right here. I think it is. We'll have a look. I'll turn the camera off and I'll approach from the other side. So this is the building I was mentioning. It looks very, very old. As you can see by the balcony. Now the sun is directly behind there, so once the sun hits it, I'll have to move the camera. But as you can see, definitely abandoned. And no longer in use. Now if this is the station to Buzet, which it is, they do have a hill fort that we have visited, and it will come up as one of the videos that I've done. But also they've got a really large township in the valley. I'm just wondering, do people travel by train, and would they be interested in, say, renting electric bicycles to make your way to that or that hilltop old city or old town, and to the valley of the town as a little excursion? I'm not 100% sure. And you could probably station the electric bicycles at this building here, where they get charged up and away they go. It's something that I'm a keen advocate to see, that a lot of the stations could maybe take advantage of, whereby you advertise as part of the tourist side of things to have electric bicycles or mountain bikes or electric scooters available, so then the commuting public can get onto these trains, and then once they're at these towns and these stations, they can make their way into the towns. So on these trains, it does say you can bring a bicycle on board. I'll zoom in and you'll see what I mean. So if you look at that back door there, just to the right where it's the number 2 and the door, it's got a little emblem of a bicycle. So this actually takes you to Pula, to Buzet. And I always thought this must be just a local train, whereas the line itself, I do believe, is one that will take you to Rijeka and also to Zagreb. So this train that we're seeing here is more a local sort of suburban train, is probably the best way to describe it for most that can probably understand that. Okay, we'll make our way over there. The station looks great. Now we've got a flat tray sort of carriage here. Not sure what that's used for. I guess it's for maintenance use. Yeah, terrific. And then we've got the train that, or the locomotive, or I'm not even sure what it's called. And I do apologise, and look, not for one instant do I want to sort of suggest that somehow I'm an expert in this sort of stuff, in anything railway orientated. I'm not. I'm very novice. I'm not even the best commuter of trains, but for some reason it's one of those man-made things that have stood the test of time, and the infrastructure involved does date back like a few hundred years now, or at least 150 years. So that's your transport of materials to do maintenance on the train tracks, I'm assuming. Very good. And then over here we've got another, what I'm going to call a suburban train that takes commuters around to the local areas. Now this particular train is not, oh no, it is, and I'll show you what I'm talking about where I said that you can commute, you can take your bicycles on board. So this one's a non-smoking, which is good. It's all parked up nice and neat. So you've got the, just over there, you've got the no smoking logo. It says Ne uzlaziti, that means don't enter. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. So here's the logo for the bicycles. So you'd obviously bring your bikes through that door, or so I assume. And I'm assuming this is some sort of electric diesel train. There's no overhead wires, so this just does a short distance. So it's pretty cool, I have to admit. Those who are really interested, I'll see if I can show the internal parts of it. I'm not sure if that's coming through. I'm in the sun, so it's very hard to maybe show you what the controls look like for those who might be interested. But there's all your dials, and I'm hoping you get to see something. Now I'm assuming that's what gets put between the sleepers, and I can tell you they're still using what do you call it, the timber sleepers, yeah, on all the lines through here. So timber sleepers are the way to go. Excellent. Very, very good. So this is just the back side of what appears to be like the goods shed. So one can just assume that trucks would pull up back in the day with their goods. They'd be put through that door, weighed, valued, and put on a train and taken to market elsewhere. Very good. And so we've made a full lap of this location. Now once again we see this little logo. I still think that's got a lot to do with the bushwalkers, the mountain bikers, and it's just a checkpoint for them to say they're on the right path. Very good. Just lucky puta. Okay, we're just going to go in and have a look at the more modern train. So here we have the interior, and that's where the train driver would be, or the engineer. And inside, I won't go all the way in, I'll just go in a little bit. And the train driver has allowed me just to do this little bit. There is someone sleeping here, so I don't want to disturb them. And they're just waiting for the train to turn around and go the other way. So that gives you an idea. They're very modern. The seating's fantastic. There is places for your bicycle. And if you look through there, that's where the bicycle is. There's a gentleman there sleeping, so we won't disturb him. And you put your bikes in there, so that's fantastic. Now the train driver was kindly enough to let me know where these were made and what year it was built. So this is a 1980, so it's very old, but it's in really good condition. It really is quite the modern train still. So there's a bit of a close-up of what it looks like. Very good. Now this is normally when I take the opportunity to jump in with some more research sort of information as opposed to me just wandering around and surmising what we see. I can tell you that I'm not 100% sure whether or not you can actually make it to Zagreb from this location and whether or not the line takes you there. But I can reassure you that you can make your way to Pula, Rijeka as the two sort of major destinations from this location, according to a lot of the reviews, and also Trieste in Italy, and finally Ljubljana in Slovenia. So this appears to be a local line, but obviously once you get to some of these larger cities like Rijeka and Pula, they will allow you to make your way to Zagreb, and whether or not they come through this station, it's not very clear for me to look at. That's something you might have to research yourselves. Also, it is noted in quite a number of walking web pages and bushwalking and cycling
sort of reviews that this is a tremendous place to come for them, and it does get some very positive reviews for those who enjoy that sort of vocation of walking and hiking or cycling, and also people who commute on trains and enjoy that as part of their holidays or sort of recreation, and they confirm that it's one of the best railway lines to visit and to view the countryside from. So that's about it. Please enjoy the remaining aerial views.
So here we are. I just want to make a comment. I spoke to the actual train driver that allowed me to go into his train, and I can tell you he was an absolute gentleman. He did tell me just recently, not recently, but there had been an avalanche in the area no less than, say, a kilometre away from the station, where it took down the train as well. We didn't mention if anyone had lost a life, but they said that there is a carriage that is at the bottom of the valley when it knocked it off from the hillside. So I thought that was quite interesting, and he allowed me to walk through his train, which is just great. So I can tell you, no matter where you go in Croatia, if you come across as quite genuine, willing to speak Croatian with the best of your ability, which I try to on every occasion, they're very receptive to all that, and they're very keen to help out when you tell them you're trying to do a video highlighting the positives and the negatives of whatever you're trying to film. So my hat goes off to him. He was an absolute champion. And once again, if you did like the video, by all means, click on the like button or the thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing doesn't cost you 1 cent, and it really helps the channel immensely. But, you know, most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day. And thank you for your time for watching.